Hello and welcome to Aksharabhya's story time. I know you all had been waiting for such a long time for the flashback story, right? And here it is. Without any delay, let's jump into the story and find out why was there an enmity at all between the crows and the owls. Okay? Long ago, in a jungle, all kinds of birds like the swans, the parrots, the cranes, the nightingales, the pheasants, the pigeons, the peacocks and the crows and whatnot, all kinds of birds, they decided to meet and debate on a particular topic that was bothering them for quite some time. Okay? The king of the birds, the Garuda, was becoming very indifferent towards these birds and was slowly failing in his duty to protect all these birds from the poachers. So they were all so scared and they thought as though they were sailing in a ship without the captain. So they decided that we must choose another bird as our king. So all the birds were called for and all the birds assembled as said, but this crow was missing. They waited and waited and waited, but unfortunately they couldn't wait any longer. So they decided to start the meeting and everybody's opinion was asked. And slowly, they all turned towards this owl. They saw the owl and thought, why can't we make this owl as our king? He's so strong. He can even see during the night time. So that makes us so safe. He can protect us. So all accepted that opinion and they all decided that we will make owl as our king. So slowly all the arrangements were made and holy waters from everywhere was brought, what not. For the coronation, it was just going to be like literally like how humans do. The speeches were made ready, the priests were called for all the mantras, and they had a very big banner of the whole world as their backdrop, thinking that for the whole world this owl was going to be made as the king. And dances and musics and bands and what not, all celebrations were happening. The place was beautifully decorated and a wide spread of food was arranged and all hangama was happening and everything was well planned and all the birds assembled. And when the owl was going to be accompanied to the stage, the crow flew in suddenly and asked, what is all this celebration going on? What is happening here? And what did the other birds do? They briefed him at this is what happened and now owl is going to be our king. The moment he heard this, he burst out into laughter and he started jumping from here and there and flying and smiling and laughing. What is this? What is this? What is it? Now all birds started turning towards the crow and said, what has happened to you? Why are you behaving like this? Why are you jumping? And the bird again started laughing and said, oh my God, oh foolish birds, the mere utterance of the name of our king Garuda will frighten all our enemies and scare them and they will run away. With such a bird as our king, Are you all fools to select this ugly looking bird who cannot even be awake through the day? He will be sleeping through the day. How is he going to even protect you all? This is how even the hares do call upon the moon to scare their enemies away. And immediately the bird said, "Oh, what is that? Oh, that's a different story. I will let you know on another occasion. But now you all don't be foolish and don't make this bird as your king." The moment they all heard this, the bird started slowly thinking, yes, what he's saying is sensible. So what our decision we made was wrong. So let us cancel this. And all the birds started moving away. Finally, there was no bird left. And this owl was wondering what's happening. The owl asked his wife, "What's happening here? Why aren't they taking me to be crowned?" The she owl said, "Oh, my master, this is what it is. The crow suddenly came and spoiled all the plans, and all the birds have flown away." The moment the owl heard this, he became very furious and looked at the crow and said, "What have I done to you? Why did you do this to me? I cannot forgive you for this, and henceforth you will be my first enemy, and see how I trouble you, and I will not let you live in peace." Now you know how the enmity started between the crows and the owls. Yeah, this is how. And after all the birds flew away, this owl and his wife also went away. This bird was sitting all alone and he was feeling very bad. Oh, why did I open my mouth and stopped all this? And I created the enmity myself. But what to do? Nothing can be done now. Okay, so what is the takeaway from the story now? So, never ever voice your opinion at the last minute. Keep your counsel to yourself, and if at all you had to do it, you should have done it in the beginning, not at the last hour. Okay. So you should have been right from the beginning when any matters are being discussed, and you should voice your views then, but not at the nth hour. Okay, hope you all enjoyed, and now you know the reason why this enmity happened. Yeah, there is one more story hidden in this. I know, I'll come back to you with that story a little later. Now, let's get into the scientific factors as we do after each story session, correct? So previously, we saw about the physical condition that helps the birds and what are the physical factors that help the birds to fly. Okay. Now, we are going to see what are the factors and how high do these birds fly. When I went into searching all these factors, I came to know many interesting facts, that there are certain birds that fly as high as 37,000 feet, you know, that's kind of 11,000 and odd meters above the sea level. Birds have been our inspiration for humans to fly, and that's how we invented the aircraft. And we have made so many adjustments, inside the aircraft to make it convenient for us to fly high. But how do these birds overcome all these challenges? So what are the challenges that these birds do even face? Like once you go higher, the air becomes less dense and it becomes very cold. Oxygen becomes limited. The air gets drier. Okay, so many factors like these are there. So how do these birds overcome all these things? Like when do these birds fly so high? When they migrate from one place to another for a long distance, like during unfavorable season, that's when basically they fly very high. The first thing is the length of the wing is the main and the basic factor that keeps the bird to go higher. And then the second factor is the blood becomes alkaline when they go to higher altitudes. So these are the two factors, the scientific factors that helps the birds to fly. Okay, so you can even go and find out more details. Before we come to a close, there are certain birds that do not fly at all. Yeah, birds like emu, kiwi, penguins, and there are many. There are around 60 different species of birds that don't fly. Okay, hope you like the story and the scientific factors. See you soon with yet another story. Until then, be safe, be happy. As always, share it with your friends and do place your comments. Bye-bye. See you.